My top 10 list. Ready? So this was an easy topic for me because I also created a video on my YouTube channel and I wrote about this, but probably it's just not enough, An information maybe needs to reach your mind 10 times, 20 times until you internalize it, because it's one thing to just know something, one thing to feel it truly like it's true. Sometimes we hear information during years spent on just hearing that mind and the body influence each other and don't do anything about it. How cool, right? But one day you have an experience, you have that aha moment. Wow, mind and body influence each other. And the meaning of those words, it just takes another level and everything changes for you. You just go on to another level, a higher level. Number one from my top 10 list of things that make you unhappy is feeling affected by what others say or think of you. One of the most important ones, right? I mean, should I dance on LinkedIn? Should I care? Dancing on LinkedIn, on my lives? Should I care about how I look? How much should I care about this? Should I disregard what others say or just be in my other universe? But here it's very important to make a distinction because you need feedback. You need constructive feedback. That's very healthy and very good. But at the beginning, when we are not secure, when we have damages in our self-esteem, when we don't have self-confidence, every time others' opinion on us will prevail. And this will make us very unhappy. It's one of the most important secrets for unhappiness. So if you want to be unhappy, feel affected about what others say or think of you. And take this word feel, because as with constructive criticism or feedback, I am very open to receive all kinds of feedback, but I don't let them to affect me anymore emotionally. I see, can I learn from this feedback? Is this something that is good for me, for my evolution, my development, or is something negative that will hurt me? And so make this distinction. If you want to be unhappy, just feel miserable if someone told you that you don't look good, that you are stupid, that you did something that others don't understand, that you follow a journey, a route that others don't understand because it's not their journey. And once you can separate the two aspects, you will be much happier. And why I say that, because when you associate yourself with others' feedback or the way they see you, and you have the emotional response from the past, what's basically happening is you associate the feedback with I, with your identity. This is the key. This is the key. Because otherwise, the feedback is nothing else than just a response to an action, to a behavior. It's not about you. Someone who has no idea who I am just looks at me in 2 seconds or saw me dancing live on LinkedIn and will have an opinion or will put some labels and so forth. It means that what he or she thinks about me is the truth. It's who I am. Of course not. But this is what unhappy people do usually. They transfer any critique on themselves, like being their identity, like them being that critique, not their behavior or that specific moment in time when they didn't show their best, when they were weak, when something happened. Or it's from someone who deals with its personal issues and has a very negative state, and then just transfer that negativity and you take it and implement it and feel it like you are that kind of person described through those feedbacks or critiques. So take the feedback, analyze it, but this time don't put any kind of emotion inside that feedback. And it's very, very important to know that wisdom is the memory of an experience without the emotional charge. And this is a definition, and it's a quote from Joe Dispenza, and I think it's just brilliant. So only then you have the wisdom when you don't have the emotional charge from your past, when you want to truly understand something. So differentiate the two and you will be very happy. And I hope you wrote here, right? Like the first thing that makes you unhappy is feeling affected by what others say or think of you. And also, if you have extras, you can just put them into the list. Don't let your memory play tricks on you and then forget about this. Number 2, take advice from unhappy people. This is so obvious, and many times we do the opposite because we want to feel part of a group, and especially we are social animals, and those who are very, very dependent, attached to a certain group of friends, of acquaintances, of colleagues, they don't want to lose them, so they sacrifice their happiness for their approval. And they, because they are very close to them, they take them seriously, and their opinion should count, and constantly they think about what they said when they went out or they had some fun and so forth. And many times you may have unhappy people in your surroundings, and they will talk from that unhappiness reality. And if you consider what they are saying and apply, then you will be unhappy too. You cannot take advice about happiness from someone who is unhappy. The same way is with financial health or physical health or anything, right? Someone who is very, very sick and it's obese or has other kind of issues, it's a bit tricky to take advice from someone who doesn't exercise about how you should exercise. So when it comes to happiness, look for mothers who are happy and who can teach you, because, or at least you will see the way they behave, the way they talk, what's in their vocabulary, and this will guide your process through what you can change once you became aware about your daily thoughts and you know that they are related to your past, and your emotions are are part of your body and the subconscious mind, and then you can change these things by being aware and knowing that those things are not okay for you. Number 3, blame circumstances. Now, this is something I can recommend to anyone who wants to be unhappy, because I dealt with this for a long time, and even now I am dealing with a situation that makes me uncomfortable, and my circumstances in one area are not exactly perfect. But I don't blame the circumstances, because if I start to blame the circumstances, then I will just keep myself there, and it will show that I have no control. When you feel that you have no control over your life, guess how you're feeling? Unhappy. And so circumstances can be bad or good for anyone. People can feel very unhappy in the best kind of circumstances. Of course, it's easier to be happy when everything goes well for you. But if you are in the darkness of your mind, even if everything is peachy around you, you will find that one singular element that will make you unhappy, because you connected your happiness to circumstances. And moving further, point number 4, constantly acknowledge and reinforce the reasons why you are unhappy. This is very powerful, because, okay, my circumstances are not peachy. Yeah, but now I can also blame people, because my circumstances or my unhappiness is because of my wife, my husband, my kids, my coworkers, my boss, what's happening in the economy, my country. And so I cannot do anything about it. And this will make you very unhappy. Again, you have no control. You cannot create. You are not a creator of your life. You are a robot that is just on autopilot, and you will run the same software over and over again because circumstances will be always challenging. Sometimes they are good, sometimes they are bad. We are in cycles economically as well. Now we are in a recession, right? It's another cycle, and it's something that's not new. People get very successful through recessions, and most don't because they blame circumstances and they acknowledge why things shouldn't work. And so they program themselves this way. Number 4, surround yourself with unhappy people and as much negativity as you can each day. This is a perfect formula again for unhappiness. Find people who are constantly blaming circumstances. They are unhappy. They criticize everyone. They are gossiping everyone. They can find flaws in the most amazing person on this world. Be with those people, talk with them, listen to them, and let yourself influence by them. You will be very, very unhappy. And same with negativity. Watch negative news every day for a consistent period of time. You will become so unhappy just because of that, because of course your thoughts will trigger the emotions. Your body makes no difference if those are real or not. They will take it as a threat on you as a person, and your reality will be very, very unhappy. And you leave that negativity intrinsically. Number 6, say this as many times as you can. I'll be happy when ... When I will have the nice house, the money, the nice friends, the nice partner, the best kind of kids, the closest kind of connections with others, when I will be recognized, when I will achieve that reward, when I will be on stage talking about something, when I will be fit, when I will lose 50 pounds, right? Then I will be happy. This is a conditional happiness, but you don't change. You don't change in this way because your thinking process and your emotions will be the same, just waiting for something from the future. And this won't happen only by accident, and it will never last. And here I will connect to the number 6, 7. Just tell yourself, I will start tomorrow. Okay? If you start tomorrow, you know what it means. And I already told you about what your subconscious mind, your body, does with your thinking process and with your mind saying, hey, you want to be happy, but you are usually depressed. Let's do something about it. Change your state. You should feel stressed now, or depressed, or angry, or anxious. Let's just give you some memories from the past that will bring you back to normal, right? Feeling right is feeling familiar. And if you want to be happy, but you were not exactly a happy person, every time you say, I start tomorrow, it comes from your past. It's from your dog on autopilot. And if you don't say set, now it's the time for me to change, it will continue to bug you and just give you this kind of thoughts, let's start tomorrow. We will be happy when that happens. Just let things go. This is our comfort zone. Let's just stay here because I feel familiar and this feels good. Okay, number 8. Read, watch, and listen to happy things, to people who are talking happiness to me right now through this live, and then do nothing about what we discussed. Don't do this list. Don't start understanding, clarifying your unhappiness. don't give right directions to your brain and to your awareness to truly create change for you, and just get back to the usual. And unfortunately, many people are doing this. Oh, I was attending webinars, seminars, motivational speeches for the last 10 years. Nothing happened. They are bullshit. Sorry. Why? Because of this point. Because you're just there to process information at a cognitive level, but without transferring it to your body to truly act on it. And you don't embody that energy, that emotion that could be related to the desired future. And so you don't act because you don't feel like it. You're not working on your emotions, and you are not aware when those sabotaging thoughts are coming your way 95% of the time during the day, and you keep these statistics alive. You need to question yourself and transfer what you want into your emotions. That's why visualization is so powerful, meditation is so powerful. Focusing on the right type of images in your head, thoughts, emotions. And also, what I noticed with the saboteurs of their happiness is that even if they have a circumstance that they can just get happy instantly, oh, this was so funny, because it's out of their familiar, they start to censor themselves. Oh, I'm too happy. I laugh too much. People are not used what people say. People are not used to see me like this. I mean, ponytail. Or I don't know, they might think that something is wrong with me. I want to look in a certain way. I don't want to just, seem like I'm out of the ordinary. And so they will get back to their usual, to their past, and they will stay there. So once they start to smell, to feel that kind of thing they want, they get scared. I go back. This makes me uncomfortable. I mean, wow, this was such a joyful moment, but it's still uncomfortable. I want to go back. And they don't even let that flow, that momentum to grow and bring them to the next level of happiness. They stay there, and they go back. Nothing changes. And this was number 9 or 8. Number 9. Work and spend time on stuff that doesn't bring you anywhere in life. So these are those kind of repetitive tasks of the day, and those are crucially are important. But you just don't filter in those things that can make you happy, because it's not enough. Oh, I will have something fun with my friends during the weekend. It's not enough to reprogram yourself. You need to find each day something that brings you further. And because you change yourself, this is a learning, a personal development process. You need to do it daily. You cannot rely that your program that you acquired through a lifetime will change suddenly because once you heard about it and now I know what I need to do. No, you don't. If you don't internalize it as an internal process where emotions are involved deeply into your happiness process, then you will get back and will function into the past one day distance from your big aha moment. And why it's important to do something about our future, because we are also, as humans, very open to develop, to have a purpose, to grow. If we don't feel we grow, we devalue ourselves, because even if we continue to do the same thing but we don't improve, we know we are not better. We know that we didn't do anything about our potential, and this hurts. This is depressive. So let's say that you tell yourself, tomorrow I will do this, I'll start tomorrow. And tomorrow you won't start, but you will go to bed and, oh, I said that I will start today to do that thing and I didn't. Self-disappointment, another trigger out of your past showing that you cannot change and you are just part of your past. So start doing new things that make you happy and make you grow every day. I mean, I have at least 3 hours of learning every day. Usually my routine is at night, late at night, through the morning, but I do it, and sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but I cannot live without learning or improving in something. I mean, I am obsessed. I am obsessed about this, and brings me joy because I discover new things I can apply for me or for my clients every day. And I'm at 3 hours, usually minimum. Just think about it. And the difference you will see in yourself in 6 months, in 12 months, next month will be huge, And then you need to create another list about your achievements and reward yourself for the way you developed and for the effort you put into your new future to be happier and more fulfilled and a good model for those around you. Because we don't want unhappy, negative people to be our model for what our world should look like, and just divide and just have wars and kill each other, even if we are the same species, just because we have differences in color and in other cultural background, just seeing others differently. I mean, it's primitive thinking, and many people still are in that past. Because you see, this past can go very back in time through our ancestry, because it depends what you learn through your life, who were those who taught you, what type of information you put in your mind, and then you created those experiences, and you had the traumas with huge emotional charge, and then you created those long-term memories that are still running you today, and you're not able to change and become happier because of that. And number 10 is finally a cute one, and it's related to what I want you to do this weekend. Promise me that you will do this weekend something related to number 10. So finally, you find something through your life that makes me truly, truly happy, and then you don't do that thing again. Let me repeat that. You already know a couple of things that brought you tons of joy, made you happy. It could be any kind of activity, a hobby, maybe even a person, talking with someone specifically, anything. And you at some point decided that you are not worthy to keep that happiness alive, or maybe you became responsible adult and now that thing is just not part of who you should be today. If it's something in the past and it doesn't represent you anymore, it doesn't make you happy, let it there. It is cool. It's okay. But if it's about a hobby, let's say that it was, you know that you would enjoy it tremendously to do it today, but you don't do it because you're a founder, you have a business, you need to run people and so forth, or it doesn't matches the character, the persona you should prevail in front of others, then that's a bad idea. So I want you to think about all of those things that made you very, very happy, and choose from them. See which one sticks today and do them. But for this weekend, you will choose one. One. So after you finish this list, just to not confuse you, you wrote this list with 10 items about what makes you unhappy. I expect you to continue the list, or you already have more items because you wrote them during this live process. And then you reverse the list. Now you can just create a bulk with all of those things that make you unhappy, no matter the domain. But then you can start refining. These are the things that make me unhappy in my work as a founder, as an executive, as a professional. And so you reverse the list, and then you see what you can delegate from it and when, because you can also create a timeline. This could be delegated by then. And you start slowly to change your life and start doing more the things you truly enjoy doing. But now get back to more leisure kind of activities and so forth. I want to also focus on hobbies, or things you always thought that would bring you a lot of joy but never tried before. because you were scared, put it on the list and choose one and do it this weekend. It can be something that will take just a short amount of time, longer amount of time, it doesn't matter. Just choose something, write it down, and give it a deadline. By next Monday during this weekend, you did that thing that brings you joy and happiness, and see what happens. Many times when I do this exercise, especially with people who have high responsibilities, they identify a hobby like music instrument, a sports, painting, writing, journaling, any kind of activities that many are in the house, something you can just do after this live. And I asked them, okay, and why did you stop? Oh, I became a parent. I opened my startup. I launched my startup. I moved. I have other responsibilities now. I don't know. This happens many times. They just answer, I don't know. Okay, do that this weekend. Put it there. Or today, if you can. You know, your work won't go anywhere. And if your state is better, you will be more productive, even if you need to work this weekend.